Ismailia, Egypt. Picture the eve of Eid al-Fitr 2023. It's meant to be a time of joy, right? The smell of baking, families getting ready.
Yeah, absolutely. Anticipation in the air,
Yeah.
kids excited about new clothes, the big feast after Ramadan.
But not everywhere. In a small village, Ezbet Al-Omda Al-Saleh, one particular home. Well, the feeling was very different. It was dread.
And that's where our story really crystallizes. You have the husband, Abdul Rahman, showing up at his in-laws' place.
Right. But he's not there for celebration. He has something prepared, something he needs to say.
And it's devastating. He looks Yasmin's parents in the eye and tells them she's gone.
Not just gone, though. He claims she's run away, fled. And specifically, he says, with a lover.
Which was an old accusation, something he'd thrown around before because of his paranoia, but this time it felt final.
Because she did vanish
Because you're-
completely for almost an entire year.
Exactly. The story he spun about her running off, it seemed to stick because, well, she had left before to escape him. The police treated it as a missing person case, a runaway. The trail just went cold.
And the truth stayed hidden, literally buried, until almost exactly a year later, the eve of Eid 2024.
And when that truth finally came out, it was horrific. It confirmed she wasn't coming back alive.
To really understand how things got to this point, we need to rewind. Go back almost 10 years.
Let's do that. Back to 2014, same village. We meet Abdul Rahman. He's 26.
A daily laborer. But it sounds like work wasn't really his main focus.
No, not really. Sources paint a picture of someone with very little ambition, except for one thing: getting enough money each day to pay for his drugs.
His family knew.
Oh, yeah. They knew. They tried to step in, apparently, tried to help him, but nothing worked.
So what's the next step when that happens? Often it's marriage, right? The idea that responsibility might somehow fix things.
That seems to be exactly what his family was thinking. Push him towards marriage, maybe having a wife, a home, would force him to change. Settle down.
And he went for it.
Immediately. He zeroed in on Yasmin. She was their neighbor, 24 years old, from what's described as a respectable family.
Okay, let's talk about Yasmin for a second. 24, in that context. There's pressure, right? Social pressure.
Huge pressure. Opportunities might feel like they're narrowing. Marrying a local guy, even one maybe with some known issues. It could seem like the sensible, maybe even necessary path. She likely saw him as, suitable enough at that moment, maybe thought she could handle whatever problems there were.
But those problems, they weren't small. How did things start off?
In the beginning, Yasmin tried to keep up appearances, maintain the home, keep the secrets private. She noticed odd behavior, sure, the moods, him disappearing, but the full picture wasn't clear immediately.
Until
She couldn't ignore it anymore. She actually caught him more than once, using drugs right there in their house.
Wow, that must have been a terrible shock. And not just emotionally.
No, it hit everything, especially finances. The pattern started right away. Any money he earned, straight to drugs.
And if he didn't earn enough.
That's when things got really bad. He'd start selling things from the house. Furniture, appliances, whatever he could turn into cash quickly. That's where the serious conflict began. Financial ruin fueled by addiction.
Fast forward 7 years. They have 4 children now.
Right. And the eldest, Adam, he becomes very close to Yasmin, really relies on her. His mother is his rock.
But he still has a relationship with his father, even knowing about the addiction.
That's the tragic part. He's caught in the middle. He loves his dad, but he sees what's happening, what the drugs are doing to their family.
And the drugs weren't just causing money problems, they were affecting Abdul Rahman's mind, weren't they?
Deeply. It went beyond just needing the next fix. He developed this intense paranoia. He became utterly convinced Yasmin was having an affair.
That she had a secret lover.
Yes. And that this lover would sneak into the house whenever he wasn't there. It was complete delusion, fueled by the drugs.
But then he'd have moments of clarity, sober moments.
He would. And in those moments, he'd apologize, beg for forgiveness. And Yasmin, she'd accept. She kept silent.
That cycle is just devastating. The sober apology becomes another form of control almost, making her feel responsible for holding it all together.
It absolutely is. It resets the abuse clock.
Right.
She likely felt trapped, needing to protect the kids, hoping this time the apology was real. But the silence just allowed the underlying problem to fester.
And that silence got shattered, didn't it, when Yasmin's mother came to visit?
It did. Her mother noticed a bad wound on Yasmin's face. Looked serious, discolored.
Yasmin tried to cover it up.
Yeah, she lied. Said she'd hurt herself cleaning, clumsy accident.
But the mother didn't buy it.
Not for a second. She could see the fear. So she did something smart. She went straight to Adam, the oldest son.
And Adam told her what really happened.
He did. The terrifying truth. It wasn't an accident. Abdul Rahman had attacked Yasmin during a huge fight with an axe. A fass.
An axe, my God.
It apparently grazed her. Thankfully, it wasn't a direct hit. But it was incredibly close to being fatal.
So the mother confronts Abdul Rahman, and what's his defense?
Straight back to the delusion. He basically said she deserved it, claiming she was hiding messages or calls from this imaginary lover.
And the mother's reaction, this is where it gets even harder to understand.
It's truly tragic. Despite seeing the physical evidence of violence, despite hearing the paranoid accusation, she refused to let Yasmin get a divorce.
Why? For the children.
That was the reason given. For the sake of the children, they had to reconcile, stay together. She essentially forced Yasmin back into that incredibly dangerous situation.
It's like the cultural pressure to keep the family unit intact, no matter the cost, overrode the obvious danger signs.
Exactly. A failure to recognize lethal risk, maybe blinded by tradition or saving face.
Did things calm down after that, temporarily?
For a little while, but only about 2 months. Then the call came, not from Yasmin, but from Abdul Rahman's own brother.
What did he say?
It was urgent. He told Yasmin's mother, "You need to come get your daughter, now, and you need to file a police report."
Why? What had happened?
Abdul Rahman had beaten Yasmin again, severely. This time, even his own family had had enough. They disowned him, told the mother they insisted on a divorce.
Okay, surely this time, with his own family saying it.
You'd think so, but no. Incredibly, Yasmin's mother still refused to let them divorce.
Again, how?
She somehow calmed everyone down, convinced them to give him another chance, pulled another promise out of him that he'd change. It's just a pattern of enabling that sealed Yasmin's fate.
How long did that promise last?
About a month, maybe 4 weeks. Then Abdul Rahman shows up at the in-laws' house again. Same story.
Yasmin ran away with her lover.
Exactly, playing the same card. But this time was different. About an hour later, Yasmin herself called her mother.
Where was she? Had she actually left?
She had. She was safe at a relative's house. She told her mother, "I can't do it anymore. He hasn't changed. The addiction, the behavior, it's the same." She was finally out.
Finally free. But then
came the fatal mistake. For the third time, Yasmin's mother intervened. She persuaded her daughter to go back home.
How? What did she promise?
She promised she would personally step in, mediate, fix the relationship. It's heartbreaking to think about why Yasmin agreed. Was it hope? Or just the immense pressure of going against her mother and community?
Whatever the reason, she went back.
She went back. And Abdul Rahman's reaction when she returned, it wasn't anger. It was described as this really strange, unsettling calm.
That calm sounds terrifying in hindsight.
It was the quiet before the storm. Because by this point, the drug-fueled paranoia wasn't just random outbursts anymore. It had solidified into a plan. A homicidal plan.
He decided she had to die.
Yes, to silence the problem his paranoia had created, and he started preparing with something very specific and chilling. He started digging, secretly, outside the house, a deep pit, a cesspit or bala.
And he tried to make it look normal.
Right. He told neighbors, anyone who asked, it was just necessary plumbing work for sanitation. But later investigations confirmed no work was scheduled, no permits, nothing.
He was digging her grave.
Essentially, yes, a place to hide the body.
And then came the eve of Eid, 2023, the night he planned for.
Exactly. He waited until the younger children were asleep. Then he asked Yasmin to come into another room, pretending he wanted to talk things through.
But that wasn't his intention.
No. Once they were alone, he attacked her. He killed her. The sources use strong language, emphasizing the brutality of the act.
Even.
Immediately, he took her body out to the pit he dug, put her inside, and covered it up, sealed it.
And went straight to the next part of his plan.
Yep. Report her missing. Stick to the story.
Yeah.
She ran off with her lover. He couldn't name this lover, of course, but because Yasmin had left before.
The police bought it, filed a missing person report, considered her a runaway.
Exactly. His plan seemed perfect, except for one tiny, devastating detail he hadn't counted on.
Adam, her eldest son.
Adam. The next morning, the boy confronted his father. He hadn't been asleep after all. He'd seen it.
He saw his father kill his mother.
He saw everything. And apparently he asked him, just with total childlike confusion, why? Why did you do that?
Oh, Adam, what did Abdul Rahman do? This changes everything for him.
Completely. Yasmin's murder, you could argue, was born from that drug-induced paranoia, twisted logic. But Adam was a witness, a direct threat to the lie to his freedom.
So his reaction wasn't emotional, it was calculated.
Entirely.
Yeah.
He realized instantly, the boy knows, the boy will talk, the plan is ruined unless Adam disappears too.
Right.
He decided right then he had to kill his own son.
How did it happen?
He told Adam to keep quiet, wait until nighttime. That evening, he lured the boy probably somewhere private and he choked him to death.
And then back to the pit.
Back to the pit. He dug it up again, placed Adam's small body next to his mother's, and covered them both up again. Sealed the grave for a second time.
And just continued the lie that Yasmin took Adam with her when she ran off.
That became the updated story. She fled with her lover and she took her oldest son. And for a long time, that story held. The case went cold.
For how long?
11 months. 11 months of silence. Yasmin's parents were obviously devastated, heartbroken, searching. The police file remained runaway. Abdul Rahman cut off all contact with his in-laws.
What finally broke the silence?
It happened just days before the next Eid 2024, so almost a full year later. And the break came from his own family again.
The brother.
Yes, his brother went back to the police. But this time, he wasn't reporting Yasmin missing. He reported Adam missing.
Because if Yasmin ran off with Adam, why hadn't anyone heard from the boy in almost a year? Why wasn't he in touch with his father?
Precisely. That detail didn't add up.
Yeah.
It immediately shifted the police focus. This wasn't just a runaway mother anymore. Something was very wrong.
So they brought Abdul Rahman in again.
They did. And his story started to crumble. He gave excuses about exams. Adam said the boy had called him, claimed he was with his mother, but refused to come home. It was inconsistent, unconvincing.
And the police suspicion grew, especially considering Yasmin's family had a good reputation.
Right. They started thinking foul play, conspiracy. And the investigation quickly zeroed in on the area around Abdul Rahman's house.
And that strange pit he dug a year earlier?
That unauthorized pit became the crucial piece of evidence, the fatal clue.
When they confronted him about it, did he stick to the plumbing story?
He tried, lied again, said it was just for sanitation. But the police already knew that wasn't true. They had checked with the authorities. No work was ever planned or done there officially.
So they ordered it excavated?
They did. They started digging. And deep down in that pit, they found them.
Both of them?
Both of them. The decomposed remains of Yasmin and her son, Adam.
And faced with that, he confessed.
Immediately. The discovery broke him completely. He told them everything. The planning, the murders, the concealment.
Did he take responsibility? Or blame the drugs?
He blamed the drugs. So the addiction created the paranoia about the lover, which led to killing Yasmin, and then killing Adam was necessary to cover that up.
So he was arrested. What's the status now?
He's awaiting trial. Given the premeditation, especially digging the pit beforehand, and the double homicide, the expectation is that he'll face the death penalty.
It's just an absolutely chilling story. The way the addiction created this whole false reality he felt he had to protect, even through murder.
It really is. But for me, the most horrifying part isn't even the first murder born from that paranoia. It's the second one.
Killing Adam.
Killing Adam. That wasn't about paranoia. That was cold, rational calculation.
Yeah.
Protecting himself. Protecting the lie. It shows how addiction, at its deepest, doesn't just destroy judgment or finances. It can strip away the most fundamental human instincts, like protecting your own child. All that mattered was self-preservation.
It leaves you wondering, doesn't it? At what point does the struggle against addiction turn into a desperate fight to protect the terrible reality the addiction has created? A truly devastating case.